Bismillah, the night of Wednesday, February 7th, in most locales corresponds with the 27th of Rajab, which, according to the dominant opinion, is the night in which the Prophet ﷺ went on the israwalmiraj. Here are a few things for you to know for what took place on this night and the virtues of this night, and if you get time and if you're able to make the time, for what you can do on this blessed night. First, this is the night in which the Prophet ﷺ went on the night journey from Mecca, masjidalharam, to masjidalaqsa. It is in a time where he was going through immense difficulty and tribulation. It was known that in this year, it was called the year of sadness, the year of grief and difficulty, because he lost his blessed wife, radiallahu an, as well as his uncle, Abu Talib, who was very, very beloved to him. It was also after a year in which he was given immense difficulty at Ta'if after trying to make da'wah to people who then threw rocks and stones at him until his blessed feet were bleeding. And it was after this year, during this immense difficulty, that Allah honored the Prophet ﷺ and took him from masjidalharam in Mecca to masjidalaqsa. The key lesson here is that this is a night of immense relief after you are going through difficulty. Allah squeezed his beloved and then he gave him openings and he brought him close. The second thing to know is that this is a night in which you should recognize the importance of prayer, because after he went to Jerusalem and he led all the prophets in prayer at masjidalaqsa, which is why masjidalaqsa, may Allah free it from the Zionist occupiers, which is why it is so important in our religion, because he led all of the prophets in prayer in this space. And then he ascended to heaven, and he ascended to the various levels of heaven, and at each level different things took place until finally, and Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam was his tour guide, until finally Allah brought the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam close and close and close, and he brought him into the divine presence, into a place where even the Prophet Jibreel alayhi salam was not able to go. These narrations are mentioned, this is specifically mentioned in the Quran. And then Allah gave the Prophet ﷺ, when he was in the divine presence, the gift of the salah, the gift of the prayer directly. And as we know in various narrations, this was 50, and it was going back and forth until he ﷺ got 5 prayers that we have to pray, where we get the reward of 50. So the second thing to know, that this is a time in which prayer was given directly by God to your Prophet as a gift for you, for this ummah. And so this is a night in which you should renew your connection to the prayer, renew your connection to salah, renew your connection to dua, and realize that prayer is so important that it wasn't given through any intermediary, but it was given directly by Allah so that we could connect to Allah. And lastly, this is a night in which the Prophet remembers ﷺ, the entire ummah in his dua in the divine presence, and it is a time when you should remember the entire ummah. The ummah is struggling, and this is a night in which Jerusalem, Masjid al-Aqsa, has significance, as well as there is significance to relief that is granted. So it is a night where you should make abundant dua for this ummah, make abundant dua for Palestine, make abundant dua for the difficulties that the ummah is going through, for difficulties that you are going through in your life. And while there's no specific thing that you have to do on this night, increasing your prayers and making sure to make dua and remembering and reading about the significance of this night will inshallah have immense blessing for you.